Hey guys, how it going? This is the Spark. We are back here in Vampyr. I'm sorry it's been a little while. I got busy with a whole bunch of stuff. And yeah, hopefully we're going to get back into it, and hopefully I will not suck at the game, because I haven't played in a minute. I probably have forgotten all the controls. I swear there is still a frame rate problem that I cannot solve. Ever.
I don't want to make wait, Doctor. I've patients to attend.
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
Wash your hands.
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
What type of hospital are you running? No antiseptics?
You have been away too long, Doctor. With the war and now this epidemic, supplies have been running scarce for months now.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
Yes, thank you. Kinda nice to know that there was this...
It's locked.
Oh, yet. Let's head there then, I guess, guys. No, I have no fucking idea how to get there, but we'll figure it out. Sure. I do miss playing this game. It was really nice to play. I love how they modeled the insides of places, but it looks like they could have done maybe a better job, but it's not that bad. You just leave shillings on a bucket, or a thing, a barrel. People. Well, at least food isn't a necessity. Wow, I found this a lot easier than I thought I would. Quantity. Or... influenza. Okay. I think I still know how to play this game. Probably die a couple times, kind of refiguring it out, but get there. Creepy as hell. Where violins and that water violin thing is for you. Is it healthy? It feels fucking spooky. There should be a spooky rating, not a health rating. Lost files. It really doesn't help my case any. Oh, there's a fucking boss here or something. I know it. Doorway. I have like 3 things in the building.
I cannot enter.
Interesting. Funny. He is pissed off. Like, seriously, guys. Oh, let me adjust my microphone here real quick. Get out of the way. Well, that'll have to do. Hopefully you guys can still hear me fairly well. Yeah, I did a live stream last night, so my volume and stuff is still good.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
Curious arcade. Oh, that scared me. I didn't know what the hell that was. Okay, well, bottle of alcohol.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
Oh, lovely. Basement sounds great. I don't know where in a fiery fuck you came from. Got you off balance, didn't I? Aha!
It's locked, all right.
I wonder what the key is for that. Exception thing. Cigarette case. Shotgun shell. Why does this look very unhealthy? Look at that guy's outfit. Glass font. I like how you can actually see things that are valuable. They're kind of shiny. Makes it very nice to spot them now. But I'm worried about what I'm gonna have to fight. But I kind of need to go upstairs, I think, still. Water-rich blood sample. Watery rich blood. What? That's supposed to be. I wonder. How do you have a watery rich blood sample? Like, how does that work out? Oh shit. I'm gonna have to watch the recording and see what the hell that was. Oh shit.
These scowls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
Fight me. Yeah, they do feed from dead bodies, not the living. assholes. What? I parried him. Bastard. That looks fresh. Office, Pembroke Hospital, medical examiner.
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this.
I'm doing a crap job, I think. Oh, hello.
It's locked. It's locked.
Use Liston knife. Blood absorbed. You can press directly blood absorbed.
It's all right.
Shut up. Use the Liston knife? Oh, shit. Huh. Really what I meant to do either. How do I switch weapon? Gotta lock targets now. Oh, they shut back. That's freaking creepy. Go through here. Condo.
These Skulls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
Bro, you looked a bit fucked up. Just saying. That was exciting. That's who I saw earlier. Seems to have the same moveset. My opinion. Freaking creepiness of this place isn't pretty creepy, but I still think I do a little bit better with just the scythe. God damn. Place gonna turn into an effective little shithole. Very freaking creepy. The Pembroke Hospital. Saw something glowing. Thought I did. Oh well.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
These decrease the blood quality of citizens. Correct medicine to heal them. The patient behind Dorothy to check his medical status.
I always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen. As for me,
Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, Mr.
I'm okay.
Doing okay.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir.
You are not a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
Tell me about you.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Is your mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of. She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
Pembroke
Creepy.
Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured you're in good hands here.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reed. It's my mother.
True.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
Fine. Keep your
I
secrets.
have to go.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
This hospital seems to be falling apart. But in circumstances, I'm willing to give you...
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Goodbye.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen. As for me,
Remember, citizens' blood will provide you boosts of massive EXP. Look for citizens near mesmerized level or below to choose wisely.
what a blundering idiot.
Lovely, just lovely. Why do you just let this lady walk around? What the hell?
Damn,
It's locked.
pain. It's here again.
So many
Oh, he's
deaths.
upstairs.
And what...
Not cough in public. How do you stop from coughing, people? Seriously, what in the hell? I think I need to go up another floor. Oop.
I cannot enter.
Okay, fine. I'm in his office.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea. but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
It may seem strange, but your words have brought me some comfort here.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
I'm not some doe-eyed student, Edgar. I understand we both have something to gain from this relationship.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Interesting. Interesting. Doctor land, huh? I have to go pay you a visit, buddy. So Dr. Strickland and that weird doctor in the back that makes no goddamn sense. My needs in my life. I know you're floating out back here somewhere. You're over here. Please a book on there. All bag of junk.
I'm sorry that these sad and faded walls are all I have to offer as a final resting place. Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again.
Have you heard of someone blackmailing people in the hospital?
Pardon me, sir, but I have no idea what you're talking about.
Tell me the truth about your appointment as a medic during the war, Rakesh.
The regiment administration appointed me by mistake. I had to learn the job on the spot, sir. Very hard, sir, but I rose to the challenge.
You can't impersonate a doctor. You can't improvise a medical education. People could die at your hands.
You're absolutely right, sir. But as a field surgeon, it was more like being a butcher.
Do you believe you have really helped these people?
My ratings were within the averages of the regiment. I saved lives, Dr. Reed. Does that not say enough about triage and war surgery?
Do you realize how many soldiers died because of that decision? You should have refused.
Yes, sir. I swear I did, sir. But no one listened. When the first wounded arrived, I had to do what I could.
It is an unbelievable story, Mr. Chidana.
It was a time beyond belief, Dr. Reed. But I'm happy not to deal with the wounded. I prefer caring for the dead now.
Can't fuck that up. I don't think you can, at least. Jesus.
Goodbye, Mr.
Hello.
I'm sorry you ended up on my plain and cold medical bench, sir. I understand you must be very angry about this unfair situation. I managed to arrange to have you buried in the same mass grave as your wife. I hope that might help. I'm sorry you ended up on my plain and cold medical bench, sir. I understand you must be very angry about this unfair situation. I managed to arrange to have you buried in the same mass grave as your wife. I hope that might help.
Interesting. Hey, I found who I was looking for.
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
I like this guy. At least so far.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about...
Sorry, I didn't know if I was still recording.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True, true. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time. What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
A lot of big fucking words there.
Have you heard any talk of blackmail going on in the hospital?
If you're running some official inquiry, you had better question the patients. They know more than the staff, especially old Miss Jones.
Tell me, Thoreau, what's the real cause of your dislike for Dr. Ackroyd?
He refuses to admit that your blood transfusion technique is the only way to save Mr. Fiddick. I'm convinced we must use it.
What Dr. Ackroyd really said is that you lack the skill to perform this operation efficiently. Is there anything you have to say about this?
It's a false conceit. Dr. Ackroyd secretly envies your reputation. His jealousy blinds him. I'm not the real target here.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Kind of like this guy a little bit more, but I'm not sure.
How long must I wait, damn it? Blaming me will not further your agenda, sir. How long's it going to take to fix me properly? A month? A year? You have the right to disapprove of our methods, and you will kindly apologize when you're feeling better.
Okay, guys. Well, I'm gonna end this here for now, because one, my controls just went haywire, and yeah, we'll talk to Lady Ashbury. We'll talk to Fiddick, and go from there. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like and subscribe. It does help the channel, and it helps future content. Till then, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.